Guys, here's a quick grow update. Today is September 27th. Plants are not looking as good as they have done recently. Basically the whole first half of September and the late part of August was just raining non-stop, and the plants are really suffering from it actually, but they might bounce back. We'll see. So here's the 7-pot yellow. Foliage itself looking pretty yellow from just too much rain, but I am seeing some new growth on the plants, which shows they still got some vitality left in them. Season's running a little bit out of time though. They need to set pods now, otherwise they're not going to ripen before it gets too cold. 7-pot brown looking, I remember how this thing looked at the start of summer. It was just this bushy, covered in pods. There's still a lot of flowers on it. I am actually seeing some pods setting like that one there, but it's not looking anywhere near as healthy as it had done. 7-pot white here, which just seems to grow sideways. I prune this thing back just constantly, but it just grows sideways instead of up and out. Another 7-pot white here, again looking pretty yellow. I picked most of the pods on it because they're pretty fragile plant actually. 7-pot white, they don't seem to like they seem to like very small range of temperature and water and whatnot, so the pods were cracking and rotting on them. This is brown moruga, which is doing well. It's setting some flowers. It should be setting some pods as well now that I see it. But it has lost the vast majority of its leaves. It's looking very twiggy at the moment. 7-pot douglas, which I remember this thing was a beast. It is putting out some new growth luckily, but it has lost majority of its leaves. It used to be very bushy and now it's just twigs in here. I still got a few pods on there, looking dangerous. Chinese 5 colour here. Again, it's putting out lots of pods. It's putting out new growth as well, but it's not looking as nice as it was a couple of weeks ago. Again, that's all down to weather. Here's a Korean gochu, which it's putting out plenty of pods. It's getting really heavy up here with pods. The pods are not growing as big as they used to, but not to mind. I might dry these out actually. Fatali, which didn't do much most of the season, it's now got some flowers on it. It will hopefully set a few pods. This is the Shima Togarashi, which is still doing pretty well actually. It's still looking alright. Some leaves yellowing down there, but it's actually looking one of the healthier ones. White habanero here, again looking a bit yellow, but there's plenty of pods set on it, which is good. I really enjoyed these white habaneros actually, and they fruit really well, and you can see it's just covered in flowers still. This is another brown moruga here, which although it's lost a lot of leaves, it's still looking pretty healthy. It's still looking a lot healthier than most of my plants did last year, even my best plants, so I can't really complain too much. Still one up on last season. Here's my 7-pot orange, which is probably the worst looking plant I've got actually. It's just leaves are just turning yellow and falling down. Still got a couple of pods on there, and a new one up there, which hopefully gonna ripen up soon. Looking around on it actually now, there's still got pod setting on it, which is nice to see. This is my 7-pot primo. Again, it's looking pretty yellow. I'm hoping we have a few dry, windy days like this, and it will just the soil has a chance to dry out, because I'm sure those roots have just been rotting in the humidity and the water. This plant's only put out very tiny pods though. I might do a review of that one because it's still big enough to eat. And looking around on it, it is setting pods actually. It's doing pretty well, despite looking a bit yellow. And 7-pot red, which has still got quite a few pods on it. I need to pick them kind of soon. This does seem to be setting pods as well actually. It's kind of nice walking around doing this video. I've realised that there's still some pods growing on the plants at least. And there is signs of new growth on the plants, although they've dropped a lot of their leaves. It's good to see that they still got some energy in them to grow at least. There's my lemon tree. Lemon tree's looking good, doing pretty well in the corner. The tomatoes that almost died over the summer are springing back to life now that it's not so humid. My rosemary doing well. Yeah, my thyme should be a bit better with some dry weather. It didn't like all that rain. Over here, I've just moved them away from the main lot. I'm going to cut them back, I think, actually. There's my... What's this? This is another 7-pot red. Yeah, it doesn't look too good. Fatali here. Oh no, this is the white boot Jolokia, which never did anything. I mean, the majority of what you're seeing there is basil, but this stick in the middle is white boot Jolokia, and that's been growing since January. It's still that big. I might try them again next year, but this year was definite fail with the white boot Jolokia. That's the way she goes. I got some new cucumbers in. Now that the temperature's cooling down, they might take off. Cucumber here looking all right. It's putting out some fruit. And the Goya is gonna get pulled later because it does not look good at all. Which doesn't bother me that much. Yeah. All right then. Cheers.